We've come to the final part of this 3-part rental series, and today's video might be the most important of all, because we're not just talking about broken systems anymore. We're talking about broken narratives. The belief that if you rent, you failed. That renters are just owners who haven't made it yet. And that once you cross the mythical line into home ownership, you've made it. That belief is outdated, and I'm going to show you why. Let's start by dismantling the most persistent myth that home ownership equals financial success. Statistically, yes, homeowners tend to report higher net worth, but net worth is a useless calculation when it's all tied up in the roof over your head. The only ways of accessing it are either move further from a center, downsize, or debt, with most people choosing debt, which actually lowers their net worth. In order for home ownership to make you wealthier, not only do you have to sell and move somewhere less expensive, but the value of your home has to increase at a higher rate than your mortgage interest, property taxes, and renovations cost. Over a 25-year amortization at an average of 2.5% on a $500,000 mortgage, there is $172,000 in interest, $125,000 to $350,000 in maintenance and property taxes. So in 25 years, that house has to be worth $797,000 to $1 million. In my housing series, I discussed why that kind of price increase may not happen again for quite some time. Again, you could pay over $1 million over 25 years and have to move 3 hours away to see any gains. Another dangerous myth is that when housing prices drop, rent prices will too. In reality, rents stay sticky, especially in cities with high demand and constrained supply. When interest rates go up, fewer people qualify to buy. That pushes them into the rental market. And when landlords face higher mortgage payments or property taxes, they pass those costs on to renters. Most of these issues are more pronounced in provinces where there are no rental caps to protect renters. Even with a flood of new builds or government zoning reforms, as we're seeing talked about regularly, rent prices rarely go down. They may plateau, but unless the entire investor model collapses, which it looks like part of it might be right now, most units will stay unaffordable. So if you're waiting for rent to drop before you move or make a plan, I wouldn't hold your breath. Plan based on your needs, not market myths. Now, let's make something 100% clear. Renting is not failure. It can be a conscious and often strategic choice, especially in a country like ours where homeownership has become a speculative sport for many. Renting can give you flexibility, lower risk, and far more liquidity. It means you're not responsible for emergency repairs or rising maintenance fees directly, at least. You can relocate for work, for family, or change of scenery without selling in a down market or the market really affecting you at all. And if you save and invest the difference, you can outperform homeowners who are house rich, cash poor, over leveraged, or stuck with upside down equity. We really need to stop defining financial worth by mortgage status, because owning a home shouldn't be the goal. Stability and actual economic freedom should be, and that can be achieved with or without property ownership. So let's be honest. Home ownership works for some. Most often, those of us who are geriatric millennials like myself or older. But renting isn't a consolation prize. It's a valid strategy. And in this market, it might be the smarter one. And no, I am not a landlord. I own one home and it's the one that I live in. To help you decide what's right for your situation, though, I've made a very simple rent versus buy worksheet. I will not be collecting emails. There is no sign up. Just click on the Google Sheet and run your own numbers till your heart content. It's linked below in the description and in the comments. And if this series helped you rethink how Canada treats renters, please hit that like button and consider subscribing or sharing. Because the myths aren't going to dismantle themselves, but together we can stop letting broken systems define our worth. Have a wonderful weekend, and thanks for watching.